Rylee Goodrich and Anthony Barajas, the horrifying case of a couple going to the cinema turned into a tragedy. Midway through 2021, Rylee Goodrich and Anthony Baraja's first date took a tragic turn and ended in a horrible catastrophe. The matter was quickly resolved, but there is still a lot of puzzling and frightening aspects to this incident. We shall explore the specifics of what happened on that tragic evening in this video. Corona, California, is where Rylee Goodrich, a charismatic and well-liked person, was born and reared. She made many friends at school because of her outgoing nature and participation in sports like volleyball and cheerleading. Rylee frequently visited her family in Corona during the holidays after finishing her freshman year at Grand Canyon University in Arizona. Rylee visited Corona during the summer of 2021 for the holidays. Rylee went to a party where she met Anthony Baraja, who was a year older than her. They rapidly discovered a shared interest in one another and kept in touch throughout the next days. By the summer of 2021, Anthony Baraja had amassed roughly 1 million members after unanticipatedly becoming successful on TikTok. He was well known for his hilarious films and kept up with Instagram. Anthony thought about his future despite his success online, unsure of whether to continue concentrating on his blog or seek other endeavors. Rylee and Anthony agreed to go on their first date after conversing on social media. Rylee wanted her father's endorsement of Anthony since she appreciated his opinion. Rylee's father, Dave, was originally dubious about Anthony, but after meeting him, he changed his mind and gave his support. Rylee and Anthony had dinner at their preferred restaurant that evening before going to the movies. The film began at 9:30 p.m. and finished just before midnight. The theater was largely empty because it was a weekday. Rylee texted her mother as the movie was playing, stating her boredom, but nevertheless expressing how much she was enjoying the day she had spent with Anthony. But catastrophe happened soon after the film ended. When clearing up after the film, theater employees entered the screening room and discovered Rylee and Anthony lying gravely injured and unconscious. As soon as the emergency services were called, paramedics discovered that Rylee had unfortunately passed away. Even though Anthony was still alive, he was unconscious and in need of medical attention. The police launched their investigation into their crime site right away. Rylee and Anthony both sustained head wounds from gunshots. It was discovered that although the first evidence was scant, the police painstakingly collected data to pin down the person who committed this horrible deed. A masked person was seen on surveillance video from the theater entering through an emergency exit while the movie was being shown. On July 28th, just 2 days after the incident, the Corona Police Department announced a significant development in the investigation. They detained Corona resident Joseph Jimenez, 20, who they believed to be the only gunman responsible for the attack. Jimenez was then accused of robbery, homicide, and attempted homicide. As the inquiry went on, it became clear that robbery was the crime's motivation. Joseph Jimenez allegedly targeted Rylee and Anthony with the purpose to take their belongings. However, particular information on the circumstances of the shooting's prelude was not immediately made public. Anthony Baraja is still struggling for his life and is still in serious conditions. According to the narrator, the neighborhood came together to support him, sending prayers and best wishes for a speedy recovery. Anthony and his family were still reeling from the tragedy, and they were keeping a close eye out for any indication that he was getting better. Joseph Jimenez was charged with the attempted murder of Anthony Baraja and the murder of Rylee Goodrich. According to the narrator of the case, the trial and court proceedings revealed the gruesome particulars of the crime, putting the community and everyone engaged in a state of shock and grief. Joseph Jimenez was found guilty on several charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, and robbery. Following a careful review of the available evidence and witness testimony, the severity of the offenses committed was taken into consideration by the court when it came time to sentence him. An average evening may suddenly turn into a nightmare, as Rylee Goodrich and Anthony Baraja's terrible date offers a devastating reminder. Their memories of Rylee's passing and its tremendous effect on Anthony and their families will last a lifetime. May their memories motivate us to appreciate our loved ones and work towards a society that places a high priority on compassion and safety. Thank you for watching this video on the tragic story of Rylee Goodrich and Anthony Baraja. Please consider sharing this information with others if you find it to be insightful or useful. Let's keep in mind to treasure each and every moment that we spend with our loved ones, and also taking into account to enjoy our time together.